Three, two, one, blast off! Welcome everybody to the 34th episode of the Get Geeked Podcast. We are back, and let me see. I don't have any. Well, no, it's not like good news, bad news. It's more like
bad news.
Well, dude, I've been having a bit of a rough time, man. I got off of work last night, and then I'm getting home, and my tradition for getting home is I shower, I eat, and then I get online and I knife fools on Modern Warfare, right? That's how I do it. And so I play one game with my buddies, and I'm knifing all the bots, and then my Xbox goes kaput. Like it dies. I didn't know what was going on with it at first. Like my friends were telling me, like, oh, it might be the brick or the power brick and everything like that. I tried that this morning. It didn't work. I took it in to GameStop. The guy basically told me I had the equivalent of the Red Ring of Death on the Xbox One.
What you should try to do is contact Microsoft and see if they have like a warranty thing going on for that shit.
I don't know because I looked online. They're not. There's not many things reported on it, and usually,
which is why it'd be more of a problem for them to fix.
But the thing is, I don't have time to wait for things like this. I need to feed my addiction, right? So the good thing is, I just bought another used Xbox, so I got an Xbox. So that's good. You know, I had the bad, the other one. Had the good. I traded in for a discount on the new one.
Okay.
So they still took it in, but I mean, like, really, I only got like $10 on it or something like that. I don't know, not even that much, you know. Considering it's like $170, you're getting like 1% of that or something like that. And then so you get the bad, you get the good, but the other bad part is this freaking game is like 107 gigabytes, man. So it's still downloading in the background. I'm not gonna still be able to play until, I don't know, maybe not even until tomorrow. I don't know, it sucks, but whatever. At least I'll be like, because I did this, I'll be back on and playing by tomorrow. Whereas if I like try to do a warranty or ordered one cheaper, because I could have got it cheaper. I could have got the Xbox One S cheaper from Walmart online, but I would have to wait for who knows how long for it to come in, you know. So
couldn't you have just gone to the Mega Walmart near the old house?
No, the thing is the discounted price is only for the online sale. You can't get it in store.
Okay.
If I go in store, I'm paying like at least $40-$60 extra than what I paid for the used Xbox that I got right now, which is fine. Like, used is used. Like, you know, it's just used. It still works. Like, GameStop guarantees that it works. Otherwise, because you can still take it back in if it doesn't. You know.
Mm.
And then the other good, so that's one of the bads is that I'm waiting for this game to freaking finish downloading. I'm at 23% or 23 gigabytes out of 75 for one of the packs, and I don't even know how many gigabytes are the other 4 packs. I don't know how long it's going to take. Tell the truth, it's going to take forever.
Speaking of, I finally found that other pack that I had to download so now I can do co-op.
Nice. Because the fellas do really think that you're a team player, and we want your help on the co-op. Because that thing is hard, dude. The co-op is so hard. Like it's almost kind of like zombies, but with just regular, you know, troops. And you get to a part where the horde is like unbelievable. Like, it's just, you just don't know if we'll be able to beat it, dude. I don't know, but it's tough. But
well, now we'll be able to see. Well, I mean, I guess until you download your thing.
Mm-hmm. They seem to think that you're the one person that could help us beat it.
I'm gonna go on record and say that what was it? Headquarters, shotgun, 7 or 8 people. That was just nuts.
That was a pretty good play. But no, the part
Pure
that
nuts.
made the part that made them think that you could help is your LMG plays, because
Uh-huh.
you're gonna be having to basically put down, a bunch of actual real bots, not the bots that I talk about, which are
No, yeah. I
shitty
got
players.
a really good game sense and aim sense. And with the LMG, man, I ain't got time. Ain't nobody got that time to reload. Just gotta be going.
For reals, dude. The LMG takes way too long to reload. I don't know, dude. That's why I don't ever really use it. Because if I'm reloading, I have to basically hide in the most unfindable areas.
Also, I think about it this way, like, you're going to be bad for at least the first 20, 30 minutes for, like, the first 5, 10 games, but once you then get, like, a optic scope and then some, like, grips and some handling and then some sleight of hand, man, all of a sudden, it actually becomes a decent gun.
True that. I mean,
But
that's
it takes
almost
that, like,
that's almost
it's
every
for
gun,
everything.
though. Yeah.
But you understand that, like, in the beginning, it takes that good amount of, like, you're going to go into this with, like, a 5 and 30.
Yeah. The only
Like, you're not coming out.
although there's a couple of guns that are like straight good off rip though. M4 and then shoot, I forgot the name. Buzan or something. I think it's Buzan. It's an SMG.
My favorite one right now has to be the one that's 2 guns down from the M4, and it is a beast. God, it is the best gun I've ever had.
Wait.
Underneath, it's underneath the, like, super slow one-shot automatic.
Oh.
It kind of looks like an M4.
Are you sure? Isn't it the M13?
Might be. I would look it up, but I'm gonna slow down my internet if I do.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't look it up. But yeah, I think it's the M13. But yeah, that gun is pretty good. I like it. I gotta say though, I'm rocking the hell. I'm rocking the hell out of the riot shield and throwing knives.
Oh God!
Oh
There
man.
will be time where I actually will find Gabe and his friends and all the people we play with on a server, and I'll be like, I'll join in, and a fair good amount I'm on the opposite side. I've had so much fun seeing Gabe running around thinking like he's not ready for this, but I've been waiting the entire time. I got my sticky grenade ready. I'm ready to jump over you and shoot you with the shotgun, so it's been adding a little bit of a learning curve, and I like it.
Because the thing is too, on one of those games, I didn't realize you had hopped on, but I was using my gun loadout until I found out you were on, and then when I figured you were on the other team, I automatically switched to my riot shield and knives.
You gotta admit, you were not ready for when I just saw you, jumped over you, and hit you with that shotgun.
Well, see, I'm kind of used to it though. I'm used to people doing that type of play. Like I'm already used to people molotoving me, because that's really only the one. There's a couple of plays, and those are the only couple of plays that will be able to kill me when I'm using the riot shield and knives. Is 1 Molotov, 2 if they stick me with a Semtex, and then 3 if they are able to jump over me. So if you
or 4 run at you with another riot shield, and y'all just beat it out.
Nah, because I want to say 4 or no, okay, a little lower than that. 3 out of 5 times I'll be able to beat you if you come at me with a riot shield. Only because I
should let you.
Only because I know for a fact I might be able to finesse you, because I'll either try to get behind you and then switch to my actual blade and knife you, or I'll somehow try to jump and knife you from top or something like that.
They should just let you hold a riot shield and then put a riot shield on your back and just turtle it.
No, you can.
Yeah, I think
In fact, one of the plays that Jason did was we it was when we were doing ground war together, and we got to the roof, and there was an AC-130 just like raining down bullets on top of Jason's back, and he stayed alive for that. I was like, I don't know how you stayed alive from that, but the AC-130 just kept on like just raining bullets on him, and he was like not dying.
Man, I started to hate it because I thought it was super, super OP. But now I'm starting to see that there are some flaws to it. It's a good weapon. It's just annoying as all hell. Annoying, annoying, and annoying. But I do have to admit, I've come to appreciate that the portable shield system is probably one of my most common safety mechanism when it comes to getting kills.
Yeah.
You don't know how many times you'll just be in the middle of the road, pop down the shield, and then take some cover. They'll never suspect you right there.
Well,
oh man!
You know what though? Like you're the only one that I've ever seen use that deployable shield.
But I use it well though.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of people like I don't know, like really basically don't know how to use it.
Honestly, I just kept thinking about it. I just needed more cover. More cover. And if you need to, I've even been in the situation where I've had a whole bunch of people following me. I'll pop it in the corner, like right behind a tree, pop it down, and then like crouch down and turn my back. They'll just look right past you. Pop out, take a couple out, and go back down. They don't know who the fuck did it. Who the freak did it. But, you know, it's pretty cool. It's just, I'm still not full max level. I've seen people who are almost like level 100. So I got a lot to still unlock. So we still haven't fully gotten everything. I'm still waiting to unlock the AK-47 because I heard it's pretty hardcore.
Well, I mean, if you want to level up quicker, do the daily tasks because that's what I've been doing.
I've been trying, dude. I've been noticing that a lot of the tasks have been messing up for a lot of people. Like, yeah, they'll do it like 3-4 times over and will not count.
Me too. Okay, because one of the tasks was to capture 20 domination flags. I did 18. Mm-hmm. I did 18 out of 20, and then I go back and look, and it went back to 0. I'm like, yo, what happened to my 18? Yo, Activision, fix that, please, fix that.
Seriously, one of the ones I did was I had to get 30 or 15 headshots with an optic scope. And I did it 3-4 different guns, probably 10 different scopes. None of them worked until I used like, I forgot what the name was, but it was, I believe, the M4 or the first light machine gun, and it was the very first scope, which wasn't even an optic scope. And then it just started working. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. There's still a few bugs on that game, but I mean, they did just come out with a fix yesterday, so hopefully most of that stuff is fixed. I also heard they nerfed the footsteps, which I mean, that
helped out a lot.
Yeah, because it really didn't bug me because like me, I sound horror anyways, so. I love the footsteps. That played to my advantage, considering I run without a gun most of the time. So,
plus, I mean, if you're kind of like us, you get wary of your steps too. Because if you need to, you'll crouch down and then walk if you can hear somebody near you. So it's not just that; it's being cautious of your own steps too.
Yeah, I crouch walk a lot, and I also run the dead silent. It's not a perk, but I forgot what it's called. But yeah, I run the dead silent, so whenever I get it, I use it. And then I try to keep it alive as long as I can, so I don't turn on my dead silence until I'm near a group of enemies. Because the thing about dead silence is if you chain your kills, it stays on longer. So I try to at least get a bloodthirsty with my dead silence, because then it just lasts longer. I mean... Plus, it feels awesome to be top leaderboard with no gun.
Okay, so I have a bone to pick
Go ahead.
with a bunch of people playing the game. How the hell do you get an animated calling tag? Or not a calling tag, but like the emblem? Because I've been looking everywhere through every single task, and I've never seen where people get those. Because I've seen people with gloves, charms, different reticles, and like custom like emblems. So I'm just like,
I could answer
there's
that.
no loot boxes.
I could answer that. For one, it's not within the game. I know that if you were like a Amazon Prime or something, you could get one through there, and the other one is if you pre-ordered from online and not GameStop, so that you're kind of out of that one because you pre-ordered from GameStop.
And that's how I found out I wasn't gonna get the knife and the gun.
Yeah.
Because I actually called them and I was like, "What's going on?" And they were just like, "Nah, it's not through us." And I was like, "You might as well tell people that because I pre-ordered thinking I was gonna get it."
That sucks then.
Yeah, but it's whatever. I already got almost maxed out M4 anyway.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
I mean, because like really, dude, to tell you the truth, the fully loaded M4, it's only good if you like, if you really need it. But if you're willing to just grind, you could build it on your own, which is better anyways. Because
honestly, it's for those who just can't live without a thermal or something, and they can't wait those 18 levels to.
Yeah, and also the thing about the M4 is it's good on its own anyways. Like some of the attachments that comes with that fully loaded M4 is useless for one, and also sometimes plays against you because that laser, everyone sees it, your enemies and you see it, so it kind of gives your position away.
Aren't there some that have that are unseen by the enemy?
Yeah, I forget, but it's I forget. I think it's it has to be like a red laser. Your enemies can't. Yeah, the enemies can't see the red laser, but if you have the green laser on, your enemies can see that, and it gives your position away. So be careful on some of the attachments you put on there, and make sure you read it, and maybe even try it out in a private match to see how you like the gun, because I've had a gun built to the way I liked it, and because I changed one thing, it just turned to be garbage, and I had to figure out what attachment it was. So it's like, I don't get it. This gun was good in the beginning. Why is it so bad right now?
Dude, seriously, new gamers who's starting to play this game and Call of Duty in general, and plus anyone that has customizable guns, doesn't matter what it says, unless it tells you the actual functionality. What you want to look at is the stats, the numbers, the grids, and actually see what's different. Because I saw this person who was just trying to unlock the whole thing. I think it was like a sniper rifle, and he got an optic scope that was, I think, the 3.4 something times scope.
Yeah.
Didn't realize that it wasn't better than the one that originally not originally came with it, but it was like one of the first optic scopes, because he didn't see that there's a literal bar that says, this is how good your gun is, this is how good your gun is right now, and also this is how good it'll be extra, and then here's how it'll be without it. So he didn't realize that this right here, just because it's gray, doesn't mean your gun just automatically becomes better. It means if you get this, it'll be better. But if you take both off, it's all gone. So just look at the numbers, know what it does. Don't just say, hey, this is a bigger scope, so it's going to be better. You could get a really big scope, but it still has a red dot sight, and there's a lot going on around the outside. Or you could get a really nice ACOG scope that has a super thin or a super thick outside. So anything can be the matter, anything. Well, also, in games like this, especially when they pay that much attention to detail.
Also, you gotta check the speed on those scopes, because
yes,
I do use a smaller range scope for my sniper rifle just so I could quick scope. because there's no way you're able to quick scope with those regular sniper rifle scopes. The thing takes like 3 seconds for it to come up to your eyes. It's ridiculous.
And there was even one problem. With the HDR I was having was when I was going through the scopes, it was both like ACOG and the optic scope, so it's not like the sniping scope. And I was just trying to see what the difference was. The names were not, when it said to like the description, it was like walker or slower walking speed, higher aim down speed, and then the other one was a slower aim down speed and then a faster walking speed. Those two things can literally mean the difference between running fast and being able to scope, or running super slow but on your target in a second, and the numbers look the same.
Yeah.
So just make sure you read everything.
Basically, you got to figure out, and this is the thing, because you have to trade off. You either want to be able to run quicker with your sniper rifle, or you want to be able to aim down sight faster with your sniper rifle. For me, I like a faster ADS, so it doesn't matter how fast I'm running. I counteract that with the quick foot perk. It's not called quick foot, but it has the 2 feet. Mobility, there you go. I counteract that with the mobility perk. So I take the slower route on the gun and the faster ADS, because I want to be able to quick scope people, and because for one thing, I'm not a good quick scoper to begin with, so the more advantage I get, the better. Yeah, so that's how I go with my sniper rifles. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and even so, some people even like to go a little slower, considering if you can't work with field of view like the people on the computers, maybe it's going so fast that you can only see blurs. Sometimes you want to be able to have that peripheral vision to see, like, I see a flash over here, so I'm going to scope over there and see if I see a sniper.
Yeah.
So
PCs do have a little bit of an advantage with that field of view, man, because it makes them feel like they're running faster, whereas we don't get that. Although,
and I mean, I rely a lot on my peripherals, so that's why I need it.
But and that's why I run the dead silence and mobility, because when you get dead silence and you turn it on, your field of view spreads, and it makes it feel like you're running faster. So that's why I use that. But
I'm just gonna lay this down real quick. If you're used to any of the other Call of Duties, this isn't Black Ops. This isn't Infinite Warfare. This isn't Advanced. This is something different. Back in the day, you could have a selection of not having a secondary or something, and then getting double the amount of attachments on the first gun. It's not like that. You really got to work with what you got.
Yeah. And it is a lot more campier, because for one thing, the footsteps are super loud, so people tend to just stay in one spot. They don't want to be heard. And then the routes that the maps have makes it so that the campers, like, it's a camper's paradise, because there's not most of the maps, except for one map I've noticed, one of the maps do have 3 lanes. I want to say it's Gunrunner that has 3 lanes, but other than that, the rest of the other maps don't have lanes at all. And so it leaves you open to snipers and all that. So, camper is a camper's delight, but I don't have to worry about that anymore, considering that I run the riot shield and knives. So I love the campers, because I love just finding them and just killing them, because it's so perfect for that. And a lot of them aren't ready for it either. I don't know if you were in that match with me or it was the game right before you joined us, but I went 25 and 5 or something like that, and I basically like slaughtered. I squad wiped the other team like 3 times in a row.
Damn.
With just the throwing knives. The downside of it, though, is that when that class, that loadout that I have, I use the specialist, so I don't get kill streaks. So it's a trade off. I do
that too.
I get all the perks, but I don't get any kill streaks. So I can't call in an AC-130. I can't drop bombs. I can't call in a UAV or anything like that. I'm just basically balls out, ready to knife people, which a lot of people aren't ready for, because I don't know. They freeze up when they see a guy with a riot shield running towards them.
Yeah, dude. I mean, clearly you guys can see what we've been doing recently. So,
Oh yeah, and that's what kind of made me so like sad and raged out a bit, that my Xbox like pooped on me last night. It was just ridiculous. In like the end of my first game on. And that's what that's what my nights are made of. It's what like keeps me sane, keeps me happy. So I was like, oh my god! But I fixed it today. I dealt with the problem, and the only bad thing now is I have to wait for this thing to finish downloading. But
I can't. Just knowing how your day is, I couldn't imagine the kind the hard drive you had as soon as it turned off.
Oh yeah, man. I spent an hour like trying to see if I could fix it, but and like researching YouTube, trying to figure out the problem, doing all the quick fixes that YouTube had. You know, none of it worked. But I mean, that's done and over with. And then so there's the bad, the good, the bad. Now the extra good is at my job we just hired a brand new graphic designer assistant. So my time's going to free up again, back to normal. I'm not going to be super busy all week again. So hopefully I'll be able to do some extra vids and stuff like that on my free time, now that I have free time again.
Yeah.
Finally.
We are packing up as we speak. So within the next week or so, we will have a brand new space to work with. Actual space to do some stuff. I've been wanting to make so many cooking videos, it's not even funny. I have so many things ready.
So expect more videos coming soon. By saying
in a variety of different things.
By saying that, though, I do want to apologize about not having a Halloween event video for Pokemon Go and not doing the video for the Colossal event, which is the topic I'm going to get into now. The Colossal Event. I would change that name to the Colossal Disappointment. Now this event,
$8, man.
This event was $8. Was it worth it? To me, no, not at all.
Hey, what about for the Unova stones?
Well, here's the thing: you could get it from your research. I mean, I know that a lot of people were not getting it from their research because, they kept on skipping it for some weird reason. But if you just kept on going, you would have got it eventually sooner or later. For a lot of people, it would be later, but you'll eventually get it for free. I got one like for free like a week ago. So this was like a week before the event, and yes, you get the Unova stone, you also get a Sinnoh stone, but the Sinnoh stone is like plentiful now. Everyone has a Sinnoh stone, and then the other part is you get the badge and you get the 10 free raid passes. But here, okay, I'm gonna try to go in steps of why I think it was bad. But before I get into that, though, I watched some of the YouTubers and they were having a good time and stuff like that. But that's because they had a whole group of YouTubers, like they all did it together. They had people to do it, and so I will say that the event could be good if you had a group of people to do it with. I guess, in a place plentiful of, gyms and stuff like that, right? Then it'd probably be good for you. But here's the thing. If you live in a rural area, or if you're like me and you're just a single player, loner player who just likes to play by himself, the event was a little rough. Because the task is basically to do the raids. And that's another thing. The task, even though I'm talking like it's hard for like a person who's a solo player and people who are in rural areas, the tasks were a bit too simple. Like, it wasn't exciting at all. catch 7 of these guys, evolve 7 of these guys, catch 7 of these guys, evolve 7 of these guys, and that's 3 times in a row, which I have a problem with too, because when you're evolving some of those Pokemons that you need to evolve, they're making you waste candy that I really didn't want to waste, because I'm saving some of those candies for special rock type Pokemons that I want to, power up. Or special steel type Pokemon. That's their plan all along. They're making me waste those candies. So and the thing is, you don't get those candies back because it's not in the prizes. You don't get, So
every once in a while they'll have a task where you have to waste this much candy, but then they'll give it back to you. This wasn't one of those cases.
Yeah, you basically did not get the candies back. Sure, you get. I guess the big prize is you get Regigigas before everybody else. But for one thing, Regigigas is not great in this game. He's good in the main series, but he's not good in this game. He's kind of useless. He's just a prize. He's just a prize. I feel like this was Pokemon Go's or Niantic's scheme. They knew that they were going to bring back the Regis, and they knew that people hated the Regis because no one cares about the Regis. Just bringing out the shinies for the Regis, that would have brought like a couple people out to play it, but no one really likes the Regis, so they stamped a secret prize as a secret like event, put $8 on it to make it like look more like grandioso, just so that people would play and waste some of their money for this prize. And when and then at the end of the day, the prize isn't that great, because the pose that you get from the prize is a whack ass pose. The Pokemons that you get from the task, they're okay, but I don't think they're $8 worth okay. It could have been better. I felt like the Halloween task, even though it was like a rehash of a storyline, from last Halloween, I felt like the Pokemon prizes that you got from those event tasks were better, like way better. Because you
I wasn't even mad about the Spiritomb.
No, not at all. I'll take the extra Spiritomb candies because I actually have a good Spiritomb, and I powered him up with the candies that I got from the event, and not just that, but you got Litwick, which was just already hard to find anyways because he was like super duper rare at the time, and good thing he was spawning more too during the Halloween event, but it was good to get it out of the research event part because you're guaranteed a better IV Litwick, so that was awesome. But the surprise Pokemon from the Colossal event, not that great. I mean, the only good one I would say is the Tyranitar and the Cranidos, because Cranidos is super duper rare, and I could always use an extra Tyranitar on the team because they do a lot of good work. But here's one of my major gripes, because I'm a solo player and this event was not made for a solo player or role players. Is a lot of it was you had to raid and capture some of these Regis, and if you're a solo player, you have to get to a raid before it starts because that's when the big group is there. And so if you're not there when the big group is there, then you miss your chance, and then you can't finish the research. So I was basically rushing from gym to gym, trying to make sure that there's a big enough group for me to enter to actually finish this event, which I did. But it was a lot of running around, which I guess is kind of good anyways, because I need to do that. I have to get my cardio in anyway. So.
But even so, all I've come to see is that this game, if you don't have a lot of friends and you're in a place where you can, even if you have a lot of friends, if you have like 1 or 2, maybe even 5 Pokestops around you and no gyms, you're kind of put in a place where they're kind of, what's the word? They're setting you up to fail, kind of.
A little bit. I mean, you could find your way out of it. But you have to put in a lot of work to do it. Like I had to run from gym to gym to finish the event. So it wasn't like it was impossible for me, but I had to do a little extra leg work to actually do it, you know? I don't know.
But I mean, then again, that's why they got that thing that comes up every time. You're going way too fast. Are you a passenger? Sorry, it's your game making me run around town like a lunatic.
The other part too is so Shiny Skarmory is out, and for any other event, if a Pokemon Shinies gets put out and it's part of an event, they spawn more. That's what we've gotten used to. Like they've done this for every event, but ask me how many Skarmories I saw this whole weekend.
How many Skarmory have you seen this whole weekend?
0! Do you hear that, Niantic? I've seen 0.
Hey, Gabe.
What?
Hey, ask me how many I've seen.
How many Skarmories have you seen this weekend?
5.
Really? Well,
yep.
You're more lucky than I am.
None were shiny, though. None were shiny.
I just don't get it. Like, why announce that and then put it out in the event if they're not going to be around? Because now we have to find out where the nest is.
They're just digging you around. They know what they're doing. Niantic can't be this naive. They know what they're doing.
I know, and that's what makes me mad, because people are falling for it. Like, this is so scummy. Like, I don't know. But, you know,
am I the game religiously?
Am I going to quit the game, though? No. Because I know what they're doing. I know what they're playing around with. I was just hoping that this event was going to be, you know, better than what I actually thought it was going to be. Because, like, for every other event, they get shiny rates raised up. They get spawns raised up. For this one, there's no higher shiny rates or anything. You know, like,
and this is how you get out of it. You support them, but when it comes to giving them money, you don't fall for that crap.
here's the other reason why this event was not worth it. The spawns were regular, or the spawns were the same for people who didn't pay for the event. So people still got the spawns that people who paid for the event got. It was the same spawns for everybody, right? The only thing
they should have at least done the thing with the package before, where you got like a certain amount of each one of the elemental lures or something, just to make it easier on you.
Yeah, or something like, you know, like something extra, right? The only extra thing that we got that no one else got, because the raids were the same for everyone. So the only like, if you weren't paying for the event, you still got the same amount of raids that were popping up. The only thing different is that the people who bought the event got free raid passes. But you know, that still, I still don't feel like that's enough. Like, that's not $8 worth.
You get one free raid pass every single day.
Yeah, and not just that, I have raid passes stockpiled up anyways. You know, like, I didn't need these free raid passes. I have like 30 stockpiled, like, from the boxes I bought.
Better yet, let me pay you and you take my raid passes away.
Well, you could delete them now, but I don't delete them because I feel like those, you know, it's like money I paid for.
Yeah,
so I'm keeping it.
That was a joke. I wasn't actually saying.
But yeah, so like,
I wish I had that kind of problem.
So like, you know, it wasn't worth it. And when regular people who didn't pay for the event have kind of the same thing, and we only get like, you know, a bump up a little bit only, and it wasn't just that it was $8 here. In other countries, it was, you know, like in Australia, it was actually $13. You know, so
Canada was probably like 15, 16.
I don't even know, dude. I didn't do the research on it.
Korea, North Korea is probably like $1 million won or whatever they use down there.
Dude, Pokemon Go does not exist in North Korea.
Hey, Kim Jong-il, if you got a Pokemon Go, add me.
He's not trying to catch them all.
I'll let you win.
He's trying to blow them all up. But yeah, dude, I don't know, dude. It wasn't worth it. I was disappointed. I felt like I was kind of ripped off out of $8. If they do another event like this, I probably will not pay for it. I was just hoping like it was like a Safari Zone, but like worldwide. You know, that would have been perfect. If they did something like that, it would have been great. Because there was like you could see the potential of something like this. Like, you know, so if you bought the ticket, if we had better spawns for people who did buy the ticket, and shiny rates were raised up for people who bought the ticket. And, you know, something like that, or yeah, like you said, gave us free lures, like that would have made it better. That would have made it 10 times better. It would have made it worth it, but it was nothing like that.
Here's the problem, though, and we keep getting to this point. Niantic has probably had all these ideas. They just don't want to come out with it. They're just saving it for the right time so that they can get the most, you know, bang for their buck kind of thing.
Yeah, well, let's just say they made a lot of money yesterday, and they're
a lot of people are pissed off.
And they're sitting there in their office like, we got all their money. So there you go. Yep. Although I watched some of the YouTubers and they're trying to defend it somehow. I don't know how they're trying to defend it, but
because they're getting paid to.
But like they seem to have like better times, because I saw like a bunch of them come out with like a bunch of shinies and stuff like that, which like for me, like
everything.
I didn't see any. Like I didn't get one shiny out of the whole event.
Everything is more fun when you have friends with you. So that's not really the point.
I guess, I don't know, but it's
no matter what, they're always gonna have more fun than we are.
Like, because the thing to me was the Halloween event was longer. It was like 2 weeks, and I had a better time doing that than doing the Colossal event, which I paid for and was only for 7 hours. You know, like, I don't know. It's like, for something like that, it should have been better. Like, a paid event should be better than a free event. You know what I'm saying? It should be. I don't know, but there you go.
But it is what it is.
That's my that's my opinion on the Colossal event. It sucked. Like it was poopy. It was not good. I felt like it was a waste of time, a waste of my time. Now, I did put Reggie Gigas as my buddy, but hey, you gotta floss it, right? I flossed it. I'm flossing them.
Is that a term?
Yeah, you know, showing him off. Flossing.
Isn't it flaunting?
Well, in my days, flossing is the same thing. Flaunting
but
and
now
flossing
is a dance.
Yeah, flossing is a dance, which is dumb because that new pose looks like you're about to floss it, and it looks dumb as hell.
Well, now you know what you gotta do, Gabe. You gotta get up and start flossing for the people.
Nah, not gonna happen. Also, I'm not ever gonna put that pose on my character either because it looks so creepy.
You heard it here, folks. 100 subscribers and Gabe will floss for you.
Maybe.
How many subscribers would it take?
But yeah, that's my thing. That's what I got. But from there, from a mobile game into a beloved triple A game, I would say, right?
I'd say so.
Yeah, because it's mad popular, which had a pretty big announcement at Blizzard. I want to say, like they announced it, right? Yeah, I didn't watch it, so I don't know much about it. But Alex knows all about it.
But I did.
Take it away.
All right. So, 3 years ago, Blizzard, who is known for World of Warcraft, Diablo, Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
It's a joke. So Blizzard came out with Overwatch 3 years ago, which, if you don't know, is a cast of various different heroes from all walks of life. Well, heroes, anti-heroes, villains.
What would you consider that type of game? It's not a.
I'd say probably just PvP Battlefield, just one-on-one shoot 'em up.
Well, it's not one. It's not one-on-one. It's a team game, right?
No, you can play one-on-one. There's a lot of one-on-one. There's a lot of three-on-three.
It's mainly a team-based game, though. Because you have roles, roles to play. Because you have the healer, you have, The gunner.
I would say it is a MOBA-based first-person shooter because you do have, things you can capture. You do have bases you can hold. You have all these different things, but it's a little strange. It's a strategic first-person shooter.
Yeah, I guess you could go with that. All right.
Team-based strategic first-person shooter.
I like that. We'll go with that.
So, after the 3 years that this game has spent being out, not many things have come out. Every once in a while, we'll get a good Halloween or Christmas event. All these new skins come out. Maybe like 1 or 2 new game types. One of my favorite has to be Lucio Ball, which is awesome. But, no, not Lucille Ball. Lucio Ball. But it's a very fun game for those who love that type of thing. But if you are going to play the game and you're not really into that kind of stuff, it can get old really quick because there's a really toxic community for some of those because it is strategic. It is team-based. And if you're not doing the maximum to help your team and you're just being the one-off who just likes to Call of Duty run and gun and just shoot everything, people will get mad at you. You will get flamed. You may even get reported.
Reported for not being a team player? Jesus.
Yes, you will be reported, and this is that kind of game. It's not as bad as League of Legends, but it's up there in the gaming community.
Yowzers.
But I will say, after those 3 years, there have been a couple game types, a couple, every once in a while we'll get like a different mode, but not much has come out for the game. It was even rare for a new map to come out. I think within the 3 years we had maybe 4 maps come out.
But its
so,
popularity has stayed at a high rank for a long
it has,
while.
But I think that is dedicated to the religious players and competitive teams, because once it gets to that point, once again, just like League of Legends, it's coming down to the popularity of people being like, oh, that was a really great team composition, or that was an awesome, anti-hero pick where you would go against another person just because they changed their pick of character. There's a lot to it. You could be good at the tactical, good at the shooting, good at the team-based, the strategy. You could be good at capturing and hiding. You could be good at sniping. Whatever it is, you'll find a niche character for it. But just recently, people have been speculating that there's going to be a new game coming out for Overwatch. Kind of like...
Well, you don't have to speculate anymore.
You don't, but don't get all hyper real quick because there's a lot to take with it. It's a double-edged sword. Coming in with this new game, Overwatch 2, which is confirmed, is going to be based solely around, well, not like completely, but 99% of players versus robots. So it's going to be a massive PvE, maybe even PvE lobby, just hang out, mess around, screw around, do what you gotta do.
But, I mean, I didn't watch it, but I did hear the news about it. I heard that they're still going to have PvP. They're just going to have the option of PvE.
Of course it's going to have PvP. It's always going to be one of those games, but what they're focusing on is going to be the PvE. It's going to be the story. It's going to be the co-op missions. I think it's going to be pretty fun considering that they've never really come out with a solo or like a campaign.
I'm still waiting on the bad part because it still sounds okay.
The bad part is, well, so a lot of people have spent a lot of time on Overwatch, and they've taken that into account, how some people may not even want to switch to Overwatch 2 because they've spent years and years getting to a certain rank in Overwatch, getting a certain skin, even doing the gold guns and gold weapons, which are really hard because you have to do ranked. There is possibly going to be a Overwatch 2 lobby where you and Overwatch 1 people can come together and play, but other than that, I want to say that they're going to make PvP more like a battle royale type, not type game, but like they're going to turn it into that. If you really want to play PvP, go over here. But what we're focusing on is getting the new characters and the new story and PvE. I've read a lot, I've heard a lot, and I've heard, yes, there's going to be PvP, but it seems like it's not going to be the main focus of the game. For all we know, it could end up being like a first-person World of Warcraft type game where you have missions, you have stories, and you have places to go, things to do. We never know. But it was just announced, so there's a lot to take in. There's a lot to think about.
That doesn't sound too bad though, because I mean,
you
won't know until the game actually comes out, because the multiplayer could still be good. And
oh no, I know it's going to be good. I know the multiplayer is going to be good. It's just the fact that their main fan base is straight PvP. They don't care about anything, and it seems like they're kind of going, "Hey, I know you guys really like this, but give this a shot." Sometimes that could turn.
And then also like
them.
PvP transitions pretty well to a battle royale situation too. So like it's not bad at all.
No, like, but what I was saying was it's not like a Battlefield type game, but it's like how most games have like that one selection for a Battlefield type game or a Battle Royale type game. So it's like, yeah, if you want to play multiplayer, you have to go over here and go, I want to play, 5v5. But, like I said, we're going to have to see, but I've seen a lot of people talk like, it's not going to be a main thing. So we got to see what's going to go on, because it could just be people making it seem like it's this way.
I think it's people just like speculating and being scared and stuff like that. Because it'll be good still. It's the same makers, and as long as they follow follow the same like direction of what they already made. Because the thing is, the thing that they already made was already good. It's been popular. It stayed popular for a long time. It didn't really it didn't do a big drop like some of the big games that came out like last year or anything. And it's been out longer than that, I want to say. And they have good character design. Like I want to say they have like one of the best characters design, because they keep on coming out with new skins and stuff for these characters that are pretty cool. And yeah, and they've kept a pretty loyal fan base. So like, why would they deviate from that and ruin that? Unless they're dumb. And not just that, but Blizzard's done a pretty good job at keeping their fans. Like World of Warcraft has been going on for ages.
Well, yeah, but that's not completely true. A lot of the fan base does not agree with what Blizzard chooses. Because when Cataclysm came out, people did not want to go to like what was it? Warlords of Draenor, and people when playing Warlords of Draenor didn't want to go to Legion. People in Legion did not like Battle for Azeroth. Battle for Azeroth is not liking this new update to Shadow's End. They don't really like a lot of the things they do, but they play it for the continuity and they believe in it. But when it comes to their fan base, I'd say a lot of it is out of spite, because even when it comes to their Diablo line, they were grilled about their Diablo mobile game. Honestly, sometimes they will take that risk, and I have a strange feeling that this may be that, and they're trying to mask it, or maybe it's not, and people are just scared. So really, we're going to have to see what's going to happen. But when it comes to Blizzard, they do a lot of new things people aren't happy about, but it's mainly because they're tryhards who don't like any change at all. So
the fans stay though. I mean, because BlizzCon happens every year and it makes money every year. Like, and
I have a World of Warcraft subscription, but I don't play. But I think it's just like everybody else. I think it's just one of those addiction things where you just can't get rid of it.
True that. I guess it's kind of like me and Pokemon Go. They do things that I don't know, irks me, but I still play it.
Yeah, see, because I mean, like, I do get a lot of people love Blizzard and what they do, but more or less, I think they just love and believe in what they used to do, and are just too scared to see what's happening now. But
Yeah, well,
either way, it doesn't stop me from playing all the new expansions for World of Warcraft. It doesn't stop me from wanting to pre-order this Overwatch 2. It's just really, how you enjoy it.
yeah.
So honestly, look at it yourself, see all the videos that come out, see what's going on, learn about all the new stuff. You might find something that you don't find in another game.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why the first Overwatch has stayed in the top one of the top games for so long. Like
I also want to say one of those big parts is like character design too.
yeah. I mean, I spoke lightly on it, but it is true. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
that game has one of the best character design, and not just that, but you could see other games taking some of their character
Paladin.
designs and kind of stealing it almost, but I don't know if you could consider it stealing because they tweak it a little bit and change it and make it their own. But they influence a lot of other character designs in other games, because you see it in Overwatch
Paladin.
first, and then you'll see it in other games. I mean, I think there's what?
Paladins.
Oh, Paladins, yeah. Well, that's one of the main ones, but you see it in Fortnite as well.
Yeah, you see it everywhere.
There was a character I want to say in one of the Call of Duties that look almost like it. I don't know, but I mean, not really, kind of similar, but it's not close. But you could kind of see where they took the design from,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Or at least the inspiration.
yeah, the inspiration.
But either way, like it'll give you more incentive to like pay attention to the next BlizzCons, see what's going on, because I can guarantee it's probably not going to come out for maybe another year, maybe the end of 2020. But
yeah, they had
a really long road.
They put out their release date. I just don't. I think I glanced over it though.
I didn't pay attention to that part because I was too busy moving boxes.
But I think you're right. I think it is 2021.
Yeah, I think something like that.
But yeah, so you have more a tiny bit, a year and a little bit until it comes out. So still you can still enjoy the regular Overwatch for now.
Plus,
and then you have something
you never know.
You have something to look forward to.
It could just be completely wrong, and they switch everything up just like they did with the original Project Titans.
Because it's too early to call it. It's too early to say anything about it. They still have a year to work on it. You know what I'm saying? Like these rumors are just rumors, Like I tend not to listen to rumors too much until it's put down on like a trailer or something.
But long story short, I mean, the good thing is confirmation of Overwatch 2. People didn't think it was going to happen.
Exactly. Confirmation. And we just talked about it last week, too. Like, wait till BlizzCon because they're pretty much going to say something if it is true. And then what happens? They did say something and they actually put down a trailer for it. There's a trailer out there for Overwatch 2. So, I mean, go check that trailer out. It's pretty awesome. So,
and look forward to new characters, too, because that was one of the big things. New characters are rare for Overwatch, and when they do, they put a lot of lore back into it. So check that out, and that's one thing that Blizzard is really well known for is their lore when it comes to their games.
That's the cool thing about having new games come out is that seeing new characters, man. I always look forward to like checking out new characters for the games that I like. Even though like I felt like the last Call of Duty kind of just recycled characters. They didn't really bring any new characters. They just like recycled all the old characters.
They recycle those characters. They always have to have that token Irish guy. They have to have the evil Russian. They gotta, you know how it goes.
Yep. But I mean, and then this new Call of Duty, we don't even really have characters. Not really. I don't know. They're kind of like characters, but
it's more story arc driven.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. Overwatch 2, guys. Anything else?
No, but bear with us for the next, week or two. We're gonna get everything set up, but once that happens, we're just straightforward putting out new ideas, and just bear with us because life does happen, and I know you guys know that too. But this is just the first stepping stone. We're getting through our first year, so
Yep.
who knows? We could change and we could find our stride, and next thing you know, all of this is just gonna be an embarrassing memory. But just look forward to all the cool stuff that we're going to be coming out with soon. I know we really love games. We really love comics. We really love costumes. We love all that stuff. We just need to take the time to actually take a breath and go, I'm interested in it, so we're going to make a video about it. So just keep on a lookout. And I know if you guys are getting tired of the whole podcast thing, this is just going to be there in the background. But totally watch it if you want to see what's going on. Totally watch it if you want to see what's coming up, because if you haven't noticed, we're kind of on the ball when it comes to this stuff because we have to talk about what we're talking about the week before, after, because we were just hitting the nail on the head with the first week. But I don't know how.
But see,
I think it's just because we kind of know our stuff.
Our core audience, though, is the podcast. So, hey,
yeah,
don't put it down.
So, no, I'm not. I'm saying watch it to see what's going on. But, for all you know, you're going to find a new type of video on our channel that you're really going to like, and if you want to know more about that, this is the place to go, because we're going to give you the heads up on everything that's going to go on before it even happens. Once it's just like a sliver of an idea, we'll let you guys know on here.
And quality should get a little bit better once they're done with the move too. That's the main focus.
Yes, quality audio. I'm going to try to invest in a new webcam, that too. We have a bunch of cameras that are really nice, but we haven't been able to take it down because they're all in boxes up in our storage. So, but just look forward to it, and we're going to use the best of our resources because it's what we do. And being cramped up in this room, we can't really do it. So look forward to all that in the future.
Yep. And remember, my time has freed up again, so I should be back on vids and stuff like that. So look forward to that. And so with all of that said, that brings us to the end of our 34th episode. And we are I haven't really checked our subscriber number, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as last time, so it might be 53 still. So we love you guys. Tell your friends to subscribe. And with that said, we will see you everybody on the next episode.
Skirt, skirt.